Welcome to Selex Enterprises. James Harrison here. I've been studying marketing trends for some time, and have noticed in the last few years what was previously frowned upon, sort of marketing, advertising concepts with experts and marketing professionals rejecting and choosing traditional paths have now been adopted simply by force and due to popularity, really. Um, Firstly, I want to touch on advertising originally was just newspapers, door knocking, and all basically print, trying to get the printed form out in front of people's faces. A second generation of advertising really came into force with like telephones and TV, which became a global phenomenon as well. A third generation example here would be emails, websites, Google, so essentially the internet advertising, which took a very long time to get pushed into the mainstream market, was resisted for a very long time, and eventually became an absolute norm. Now what we're living in is a fourth generation advertising market, and that consists of a large number of major hosts of media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, Messenger, YouTube, Google, Bing, Snapchat, Pinterest. There's dozens and dozens and more, all of which were hated on for many, many years by professionals, corporations, conglomerates, etc. Nobody was wanting this sort of generation to happen in advertising. Now every business can start up for free, paid advertising, marketing, and get to the consumer, because everyone using these platforms is a consumer that can be got to by these platforms from all businesses. So it's really a new age of global reach in this advertising generation. But what I really wanted to do this video for was a fifth generation technology that a lot of people would not have any knowledge or have researched or studied, because it's only really happened over the last 12 months. And it's a very, very new concept, very fresh, and not widely used, but is developing in a way such as the older generations did from the very beginning. So there's always going to be a path of resistance, but people are sort of jumping onto these kind of concepts much quicker to get ahead of the pack these days. But what I'm talking about, this type of advertising is essentially like there's other concepts, but realistically it's the game Fortnite. So if you let me explain, there's also a Forbes article about this, like in February 2019, this year. You have an article about Forbes Fortnite changing YouTube and impacting marketing. A few facts here in this game is, in 1 year, Fortnite on YouTube views have had 50 billion views. So there's 50 billion views on YouTube just on the game Fortnite, according to research done by Tubular Labs. To put that into context, sports globally, the actual category of sports alone, and on a global reach throughout YouTube, as a category, had 197 billion views. And remember, Fortnite was made less than 2 years ago. Sports has a documented history of 3,000 years and popularity. So you can understand the uptake in this gaming, or we'll delve further into it's more than just a game. But again, on YouTube statistics, travel as a global category had 42 billion views, and the fashion industry had 24 billion views. So Fortnite as one single game alone has trumped travel and fashion globally and industry-wide. So the fact is, from an advertising perspective, to get to consumers and as a platform, Fortnite has 250 million registered players that play every day. Whereas, just to give a good comparison to Australians, Foxtel has just over 2 million subscribers to watching their TV and content. So look where do brands reach their audience? It's a growing platform of users where they're spending most of their time. So that is the target that new age advertisers, marketers should be hitting. You know, some places are actually calling Fortnite the new Facebook, but unlike Facebook, Fortnite combines the benefits of gaming, social media, streaming platforms, and offering like consumers, especially like Gen Z, Generation Z, a singular platform experience where they enjoy, spend their time, socialize, and then eventually we'll be seeing some advertisers jumping on to get in front of those consumers. And another clear example of how this fifth generation advertising is developing is traditionally advertising at the largest concert, for instance, like Coachella or what have you, may attract an audience of 50 to 60,000. Fortnite recently held a virtual concert of which had 11 million people attend in the first single night, the day that it was launched. So you'll see where I'm going with this. Although these avenues are very young, so was the internet. So thanks for listening. If you have any comment about this video blog, then please make it below in the video, and please subscribe and connect with us on any avenue that you see fit there. Thanks.